Happy Friday, my darlings, and welcome back to Design Me Devon. We have not done one of these for a very long time, and yet here we are doing one today. Sorry about the lack of video yesterday. I've been having absolute awful tech troubles with my new monitor. I hate it for a start. I really don't like it, so it is going back. But it was just a mess yesterday, so I couldn't get a video out. Hence why I'm editing looking like the state that I am in today. So what we're going to be doing today is renovating a lovely old farm into a wedding venue. So that is what we're going to be doing. I have already completed it and done it, but we're going to head on over and I'm going to show you the build before I got my grubby little mitts on it. And here she is. This is a pinfold pond, and this was done by the creator Robert Tittle. I think that's how you say it. Robert Tittle over on the gallery. This just like struck me, and I loved it in the world of Devon Bagley. I thought it suited it to the ground. And I went to town on this and made it into a wedding venue, so you can stay here as well. I kind of did some bridal suites and bridesmaid room and a groom's room as well, and we did change the look of it quite a bit. Not too much. The shape and everything stayed the same, as did the floor plan really, but I changed it to look a little bit more Cotswoldy, a bit more of a lighter stone and stuff. But gorgeous work. Robert, thank you so much for getting this up on the gallery for me. I had a marvelous time renovating this. Let's have a quick look around before we get into the speed build. And here she is in all of her glory. Pinfold pond. Really lovely. I love the huge pond that you've got going on here. So many of the special effects here as well, which I very much appreciated. Very much did indeed. You come into the back room here, or the backyard area. Got like a little bit of decking going on here, a little patio area, and it's got this kind of glass sort of like roofed, what would you call this, more like a sunroom, isn't it really? Sunroom slash conservatory. It's almost like a separate little annex, this bit here. I appreciate that, I very much do. Maybe grandparents or something could stay there, but the floor plan was good. I did change a little bit. I actually shut in the kitchen here. I put a bathroom, I kind of blocked this area off and made a corridor and put a bathroom in here. I got rid of most of this back here, and I do like a big glass conservatory on the back where your wedding guests can have a little dance away into the night. I thought that was a very nice idea. And then the floor plan upstairs, I think I just changed the shape of the bathroom a little bit to make this corridor a bit wider. And I changed the shape of this here because this was going to be the bridal suite. So I actually did a dressing room and a separate bathroom, or its own ensuite over here as well. And I get rid of this altogether, I think, and put the bathroom in here instead and just keep these two bedrooms. But all in all, what a lovely build. So guys, if you do want to go and download this, Pinfold Pond over on the gallery by the lovely Robert Tittle. So here we go. We're going to get into the build portion now, and we're going to renovate it to the ground. Let's go. And we're away, loves. We are away on the clean-up process. So one of my favourite bits, being a Virgo, is to go around and get rid of all of the bits that I don't want. Most of the landscaping here I do actually keep. I just maybe intensify a little bit with a few more things, shall we say. But yeah, well, you'll see. You'll see it all come together as we go along. I actually do like an outside wedding arch with like seats and stuff outside. We do like a, what do you call them? One of those lovely little tents. What are they called again? No idea. A tent with a dining area in. And we also do like an inside breakfast area. We do a little lounge room with a piano in it too. We do an inside bar as well. So it's got everything on one lot that you will need for your Sims to get married in, even though that pack is completely broken and I hate it. I really do. I tried to do a wedding for the video, for the after tour, and it was just a big mess. They were all like standing around in stupid places. So I decided not to. We're just going to tour the place without any Sims in it because that game pack is still an absolute embarrassment as far as I'm concerned. So here we go. I'm changing the shape of the roof line a little bit. I had this vision in my head of a light sort of Cotswoldy looking old farmhouse. So I get rid of the red brick in a second and I play around with this here first. I didn't really know what I was doing at the back here just yet, but it comes organically. You'll see it a little bit further on. Yes, you will indeed. So I do change the shape of that area there in a second as well, that we were just looking at, but not quite yet, obviously. We're off. You're going to have to excuse me for my derpiness today. I've had a really stressful couple of days. So if I skip over words blah, 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 like that, it's because I've just had a really stressful couple of days. I really have. And that monitor breaking was the cherry on top for me, which is always lovely when stuff like that happens, isn't it? Yeah, annoyed the hell out of me. But we're here now and we're fine. We're going to get through it together and everything's going to be okay. So I ended up getting rid of all of the ivy that was already on there because I wanted to try new windows and I wanted to try new wallpaper as well. This wallpaper looked great. It really did. And then up to the very end, you'll see it because I did record me changing it. I changed out the wallpaper for something completely different. I'm looking at this now and it does look really nice with this wallpaper and it will look nice with both of them. But I still wanted a very clean sort of brick look rather than this kind of sort of flagstone sort of pattern brick. I wanted to use the one that came with the cottage living expansion. So you'll see that a little bit further on as well. Decided to go for some very lovely green wooden framed windows as well. And then I match it into this area here, which turns into kind of the dance floor, really. I put the DJ booth and the dance floor in this area because it just made sense to have bifold doors out onto the terrace, like a breakfast terrace with, you'll see it in a second anyway, tables with what they called, oh my god, I'm forgetting the name of an umbrella. I think I need to go and lie down, to be honest with you. What they called again? I cannot believe I forgot the name of an umbrella. Parasol. There we go. I'm going to bed after this and it is only, what is it? 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But anyway, here we go. I end up putting around a fence. I didn't want to have that kind of like open to the rest of the lot. Considering it's a wedding venue now, I really wanted this to have a little bit of privacy. So I put this lovely fence in from the horse ranch pack and I just clean up the drain paint a little bit. I didn't really want to use the same gravel that was there. I decided to go for this bit more of a brighter one. Considering we've brightened up the house a little bit more, it kind of made sense to do it this way. It's very satisfying to watch that, isn't it? I love watching people terrain paint. But yeah, I actually put some cars out here. I even put a limousine out the front as well to act as kind of like the bridal party. I thought that would have been a nice vibe as well in case they were going anywhere else afterwards or they just got dropped here in a limousine. There is a limousine parked out the front, darlings. You'll see that in a little jiffy. You really will. But and I do all of this as well. I even get rid of these towards the end because of the wallpaper that I use. I didn't really need these sort of corner stone pieces. I end up going with something completely different, but it does look nice and I thought I'd keep it in anyway so you could see the whole process of how this build came together. But yeah, it was very annoying to get this done as well because of broken monitors and glitching monitors. Like my new monitor's got such a horrible tint to it and I was really worried that was going to come across in my videos, but looking at my recording software compared to the actual image that I'm seeing on this new monitor, I'm just not for it at all. And I thought I'd go all fancy and get a new 144 hertz like refresh rate monitor, 4K as well, and it just looks like shit. I've tried so many different like workarounds to try and make it look good, and I just really don't like it. If you're wondering what one it is the Samsung Odyssey G7, and my other monitor is the Samsung 4K as well, but I think I'm just going to go back and get the same one as that. I don't need 144 hertz. I really don't. I don't play like competitive sort of first person shooters, so it's just not for me. But anyway, waffling on. Lots of ivy you saw going on there then. And I did change the landscaping out the front just to make it look a little bit more floral in this area. I would imagine this would look really lovely in the spring and summer sort of time. When most people get married, I would imagine. Well, not when most people, a lot of people get married in the spring and summer. I used to hate doing wedding hair. I used to hate it. And I'm not going to just blow my own trumpet here, but I was very good at it. I was. And it was, I'm not going to say it was good money because it was stressful money. Like trying to make a bride happy. Which I always did, apart from one. She was a bitch anyway. I didn't like her. If you're out there, I can't remember your name, but you were a dickhead. And everyone around you thought so as well because you were the awful bridezilla. But yeah, hairstylists who have to deal with wedding hair, I salute you because I know how stressful it is. And makeup artists as well. I'll go, yeah, makeup artists too. But yeah, why am I talking about that? Because we are at a wedding venue. I do change around a little bit the landscaping with the trees and stuff. I wanted some weeping willows. I wanted some white flowers everywhere. So I do get a few more trees in and around the lot. And it just made sense to do it that way. And here we are with the cars. I thought guests would want to park their car here. And also I brought out that limousine and parked it. I actually move it. You'll see it in a little while. I actually move it off to the side a little bit because I actually put out there like a little food stall, like one that looks like is in like a little horse box. I would imagine like in the morning the guests could come and have prosecco or coffee or whatever. And yeah, decided to move it. But this is where the wedding will take place. It's all outside, so I hope the weather's going to be okay. It's Henford on Bagley, so don't hold your breath. But I just thought having it out in the garden area would be really, really cute. And I did toy with the idea of having inside and outside dining, but I was just like, do you know what? Nah, I'm not going to bother. And I actually do outside dining instead. So this is definitely more a spring summer venue, I would say. And I actually use quite a lot of the stuff from my wedding stories, but we go for a bit more of a muted white and pink kind of vibe with this. The whole interior, we definitely stick with a really nice white vibe throughout the whole thing. White and neutral, just so it kind of gives that idea of a wedding. I really wanted that to come through inside, but it just looked very sweet. And I put lots of things off of camera as well, like bunting and stuff around. I also do these lights as well, all the way down each side of the actual wedding area itself. And these are okay, but I just hate the things that they are on this little jar like thingies. I would have rather just had that pole without the jars hanging from it, to be honest with you. But you know, we can't be too fussy every now and again because we know what The Sims is like, don't we? We certainly do. But yeah, very nice. Just come together quite nicely. And this is where I wanted to wrap in the half wall that was already kind of there beforehand before I got rid of it. Just to separate this area off because that's the kind of like breakfast terrace I'm calling it. And I wanted the actual main dining space to be over where the wedding area is. So I do these lovely white tablecloth tables. We do 3 of them as well. We don't need 3 of them, but for realistic purposes, I wanted to make it look like a big wedding could be held here. Do you know what I mean? So I actually put in lots and lots of chairs. But, you know, the Sims are going to be spoiled for choice as to where to sit down and eat anyway, because there's tables in the interior too. In the bar area, you'll see that a little bit further on. But yeah, using this little, I've still forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of a tent. I need to go and lie down. I really do. Today's not the day for me, all right? Today is not the day. Thank you. And yet I'm still here because I absolutely appreciate the pants off of all of you. And I know what my videos mean to you. So I like to bring them out for you. But I couldn't yesterday because I wanted to slap a fish. Oh, my chair. I did not fart. Thank you. Before you say anything. But yeah, nice. I was just about to say, I actually used double the amount of flowers to the lanterns there. It just wasn't looking right to me. It really wasn't. And this area here, I decided to block it off. So that door actually goes, that I'm kind of wrapping this landscaping around. I get rid of that white door because there was just 3 doors on this one side of the wall. It just didn't make sense. Plus, I actually put a bathroom where that door is. I kind of rejigged the inside of the floor plan a little bit. So that does change. It looks very nice with all of the landscaping and stuff, but it does change. But I just landscape that whole area anyway. But I love the way that it looks in between the door, that landscaping. Just think it's very nice. Very nice indeed. And again, going through and putting in even more kind of like landscaping details in. I just wanted to sort of punch a few more flowers here and there. And I really think it worked. I really do. I can imagine this in the like summertime in the middle of the British countryside. Oh, I'm very excited for that. I really need summer. I very much do. But yeah, gorgeous things. And I actually do. I was just about to say, I'm sure I put a little bit more of the gravel here as well. And I do, just to connect in each side a little bit better rather than just all grass, you know. Little bit of outside, a little outside fireplace I thought looked quite marvellous. Maybe in the evening, you know, like people want to sit around the fire and stuff. Actually change out these chairs Go for a little bit more of a countryside sort of vibe on the outside with these. So yeah, little breakfast terrace area, I would imagine, or even during the day, like when you sat around having a drink and whatnot, that kind of vibe. We'll back up the front now because I really wanted to get in a few more details at the front here. So you can see I'm kind of overlaying those rose bushes from the cottage living expansion. And I put out this little like coffee station out here with some picnic tables as well. I actually go for 3. I only put 2 out here for the minute, but I go for 3. I know, shocking. And then over here is where that dance floor is going to be. So DJ booth, dance floor, put some lights in here as well. And I actually go through and put up wall lights in this area because it's got a glass ceiling. I didn't want to do my kind of usual trick of having like a beam at the top of it. I wanted it to be a bit darker anyway for the evening dances, you know. So that's what I did. And we go ahead and use these as well, just for a little bit of decoration. I think they look nice. I think they look nice in there, and we need a decoration in there anyway. We're into the bar. We're into the bar area. So this is when you first come into the actual wedding venue itself. You come straight into the little bar area. So you can imagine this being a house. You could even make this a house if you wanted, but I wanted to have it as primarily a wedding venue in an old looking farmhouse. So these are the tones that we go ahead and use everywhere as well. It's quite a rustic sort of classy establishment, I would say. I go for the sort of patterned tiles because I really wanted to make it look like this was an old farmhouse kitchen, but they've put in a commercial kitchen in here to kind of cater for all the wedding guests. So that's what I went ahead and did in here. Made the kitchen look really commercial, but as soon as you take the kitchen out, the actual kitchen itself, you can imagine a farmhouse kitchen being in here. I didn't think having a farmhouse kitchen on this lot would have made sense for a wedding venue. So realistically, that's what I did. And I put in as many like appliances and stuff like coffees in the morning of the wedding. And I put all of that in. Waffle makers for breakfasts. This is where I go ahead and change the wallpapers actually. But yeah, all of that kind of good stuff, because that's what you would imagine. Going to a nice wedding, you would want that if you were a guest to like staying with the bride and stuff. But yeah, so this is the wallpaper that I wanted. The one with the corner detail. I end up using this here instead. And I do like it. As I said, I loved the other one as well. I thought the other one looked great, but I just prefer that one a little bit more. I just think it makes a little bit more sense. This is the kind of lounge area. I did like a little table for wedding gifts and stuff. The piano over in the corner of the room. I reckon they could hire a pianist in here and people could just come around and sit by the fire if it's that, well, it wouldn't be that kind of weather in a summer wedding, would it? But at least you could sit out, maybe out of the sun in the shade on these lovely comfy sofas. And I didn't want to make this look like a house. I wanted it to still look like a wedding venue, but you still have to get some kind of detail in. So having a bookcase and stuff just to bring in a bit of detail into this room was how I went about it. And I think it was fine. It worked well, but I still wanted again to add wedding influences in. So I put up a few decorations here and there and just put some flowers and stuff around. I just thought it made a little bit of sense doing that. I really did. But yeah, again, this would make a lovely house. It really would. I mean, it was a lovely house when I renovated it from Robert, but yet here we are renovating it into a wedding venue. So this is the bridal suite. Into the bridal suite, a lovely 4-poster bed, little ottoman at the end of the bed there. We end up putting a fireplace in this room as well. And we put some chairs in front of it. I also go ahead and put a few things in off of camera, like a little snack box and stuff, like just little like touches like that. Some champagne, that kind of good stuff. As I said, it's got its own dressing room area as well. So I do a little dressing room over to here. And it's got its own full bathroom as well. So I think this place comes with 3 bathrooms, 1 downstairs and 2 upstairs, one of them being an ensuite though. But I don't know if I showed you how I furnished the last bathroom. It was very similar to this anyway, so I don't think I did. So just be on the lookout for that, because it will be coming ahead in just a second. Yes, it will. And then this room here in my head was more the groom's room. It was still in keeping with the aesthetic of the whole house, very light and bright, but I just wanted it to have a little bit more of a different edge compared to the 4-poster bridal room. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I'll tell you, my alarm's going off. The video's probably just about to stop. That's why. Yes, it is. And then this room here is for the bridesmaids. So bridesmaids room, 2 single beds, and also a place to get ready and all of that kind of good stuff. Anyway, my loves, you're going to go watch your video tour now, and I'll see you all on Tuesday. Goodbye.